Hello, my name is Jenna, and I am doing an honest review today of Course Creator 360. Um, just a little bit of my background. I actually have a estate sale course. It's called Generosity Estate Sale Course. I started it in 2019, and I first began my course. The first platform that I was on was Rizuku, and then I switched over to Teachable back in September. And then I switched over to Course Creator 360 just in the last month. So I was on Rizoku, and then I kind of went off and on. So I've been on three different platforms doing course creation. And granted, when I first started, with Rizoku, it was in 2019. And I don't know that I've really been on it recently, so they may have made some updates to it. But um, this, so I have a lot of background now. Granted, I have only been on this platform for, I think it's been 3 weeks, but I felt very compelled to write an honest review about it because of my experience so far. And I think that my experience so far is where a lot of people um, are when it comes to course creation. Because the hardest part about doing course creation, quite frankly, is the very first 30 days. And right, quite frankly, the very first day when you try to open up that platform and understand how to use it and get your courses up and running, that is the hardest part. Because as much as I know how to do estate sales, I am not an expert on technology or software. I can figure it out. I'm a pretty fast learner, but I will say that the actual technical side of being a course creator, like actually running the analytics and creating websites and creating landing pages and all these things, is the most frustrating part about being a course creator. And I have had a lot of frustrations in the past 6 years with doing it. Gosh, it's been 7 years now because I did it in 2019. So um, I needless to say, you could probably tell that the experience I've had with Creator 360 has been positive, because I felt so strongly about coming on here. But I wanted to kind of go through, and granted, I have not sold a course on Course Creator 360 yet. But to be fair, I literally just finished doing all my landing pages and stuff as of right now. I still have my stuff over on Teachable. All my courses and my students are over there, but I am importing them over to the new one. And I've sold courses on all three of these platforms. Well, not on Course Creator yet, but I have no doubt that I will, especially with all the resources that they give. So first things first, the thing about Course Creator 360 that makes it so much different than any other platform is the guys that run it. Stockton and his brothers are the ones that run this platform, and their knowledge of course creating is, there is no one that I have seen that knows this much about the technical side of course creating, and then also marketing those courses. So their knowledge base just together is second to none, and they have so many video assets and a history of all of the different types of resources that they've given out, that their library of resources is just so vast. And it's amazing. And so one of the things that I did that kind of pulled me over to Course Creator 360, I started seeing his videos pop up on my video feed, and basically followed exactly what he said. Like as a shopper, I followed exactly what he said when it comes to how many touches you need, with the buyer and the shopper, or customer, or whatever. And so I ended up doing his free market analysis report, where they actually have you give a little bit about what your course creating idea is. Now, granted, when I came over, I already had a complete course, so I didn't need to create mine. But it'll tell you, they'll pull the market, and what they'll show you is if you have a viable market for that course. And so I ended up doing that, and got my report back. And what was really pleased to find that I was literally the only competitor in my market for what I'm trying to accomplish. So my Generosity Estate Sale course did pop up, and it was number one on the list of the competitive market. And so I was like, okay, this report they know what they're talking about, because they pulled mine, and then they were able to explain. I didn't give them the name of my business when I told them the information. I just said, I think I just said I'm an estate liquidator. I don't even know if I gave them specifics. I gave them enough specifics to where they could pull the analytics, but not anything about my business. They even had in my uh, when they pulled the competitors market, like who I was marketing to, and they were pretty spot on. So I was like, okay, that shows me that they know what they're talking about, because they pulled it and I was there. So I immediately switched over my teachables and everything. And so let's talk about ease of launch. So when it comes to ease of launch, if you have done any type of course creating, you know that the hardest part is the beginning, because you literally have to learn an entirely new software system from scratch. And what Stockton and his family have done that is so unique and wonderful is they have perfected the art of teaching course creators how to teach other people so well that they teach their students how to use it very, very well. So the videos that they do something called a 14-day boot camp, which is basically like they want to get you up and running from the start of when you sign up with them to getting your product launched within 14 days, because they know that what happens with a lot of course creators is you get into this program and these software systems and you immediately get frustrated because it's not intuitive to what you know how to do. Like it's basically like building a website, but if websites were really way more frustrating. And so they quit because they just can't get past that one, the technical side. And it's been me. Don't get me wrong. I have sat at this computer, I don't know how many hours with other platforms, and been so beyond frustrated and felt like I was wasting so much time not selling a product and not making any money and sitting here doing that. So the 14-day boot camp is unbelievable because they have a video for every day, and you could do it as fast as you want, but the goal is every single day you're going to make a new step in your technical side of things with getting your product up and running. So the first step is, creating a name. The second step is connecting your domain. The third step is, creating a funnel, creating a website, creating a landing page. They walk you step by step through every one of those processes. And there is not one other platform that I was on that did anything close to that. There's a lot of guessing. And in Teachable, actually, just a couple months ago, I actually paid someone to create a landing page for me because I was having such a struggle getting this, just figuring out their system. And I did not have to do that. I mean, my page is up and running, and I started really doing it full, like all the way through, like maybe 5 days ago. And which leads me into the next thing, and that's training. Once you get through the boot camp training, there is a plethora of other videos that you can follow there's a whole specialty just about funnels. And if you are trying to sell anything online, you have to have a funnel. And I had no clue what a funnel was when I first started. I didn't even know. To be quite frank with you, there's a lot of marketing specifically about courses that I have not learned until this year. I'm kind of surprised I've sold any courses to this point. Knowing that I have this knowledge now that I can be very specific about who I'm trying to market to and all the training I'm getting makes me feel very hopeful that this is going to be very successful for me. And I'm very excited about that. The other thing about training is I know exactly where it is. I know where I can go back and find it. And there are videos that I have watched multiple times in a row because maybe I missed a detail. I didn't see where he clicked on something, and I went back and I watched it again, and it was just, they leave nothing out. I'm really so impressed. So after you get through the actual setting up of your course and you get past that part, then you have access to something called Course Creator Pro. And Course Creator Pro is their community where you can be in a community with other students, but you get access to their resource library about going outside of just the course creation itself and how to market those courses. So it has training videos about how to create YouTube ads. Like literally, this is how you create a YouTube ad. This is what your ad should have. This is how you pull analytics. This is how you pull research. And so that's what I'm in right now, is watching videos about that. They have funnel experts that'll talk to you about, okay, if you want, this is what a funnel is. This is how to create it. These are all the things that you want to do with the funnel. And they have how to make a video, literally lighting and all this stuff. I mean, it's really incredible the amount of time and energy and quality that they've put in these videos. I can't say that enough. For what I was paying for, well, we'll go into the pricing for the product next. When I saw what the pricing was for a monthly membership into Course Creator Pro, and with Course Creator Pro is where you get all of your websites. I had to bring in my own domain, so I had my own domain, but I had to bring, but you can use their template websites, you can use their template pages. They have tons of templates, so many templates for you in all parts of their website. It's really amazing. And when I saw what I was paying for this versus what I've paid for other things, I think I left Teachable paying $99 a month. And I think this I'm paying $147 a month. So for $50 more, I'm getting so much more value. It's really unbelievable. And I think Ruzuku, I paid, I don't know, I can't remember, $39 a month when I first started. But it gave me nothing. It just gave me the platform, and it didn't give me any training or anything. And Teachable is trying to do a lot of this kind of they do have monthly coaching and Q&A and all that stuff, and Stockton does as well. Stockton is the one that does it for Course Creator Pro. But I just have to say that the quality of Course Creator Pro is head and shoulders above any of the other course platforms, which is why so many people use it. And so when he talks about how much they've sold, I believe him 100% because he's made a believer out of me, and I really am happy to be here. So but the most important thing is, does it help you sell your course? And like I said, I just got done, like literally an hour before I did this video, with setting up all my funnels, and I have no doubt in my mind that this will be very successful for me, because he's giving me all the tools to do that. So do I recommend Course Creator 360? Highly. I highly recommend it. If you are a course creator out there, or even if you're thinking about doing a course, that's the other thing. I didn't need this part, but it's there. If you are considering doing a course and you have literally not created one single lesson, their courses, this will help you even figure out how to do that. They have a 30-day course launch from nothing to sales. They have a 30-day course launch training program where it will take you into, how do you find your idea? How many lessons do you need to have in it? How long do the videos need to be? I mean, everything. So if you are out there considering it and you really have something valuable that you want to teach, this is such a great program. I can't say enough things about it. I am not getting paid for this review. I just felt strongly, because having been a frustrated person on these platforms myself, I know how much I would want to hear this. So that's it. So anywho, yeah. So if you're out there, use it. It's worth it. It's worth every penny. Bye.